wabarakatuh. A very good morning to everyone and a warm welcome to all. Respected panels of judges, dedicated teacher escorts, supportive parents, and most importantly, our talented young storytellers. Welcome to the National Level Storytelling Competition in conjunction with the IPS Primary School Koakademik Karnival 2026. In primary school education, language and communication are fundamental to students' learning. The ability to use language and communicate effectively helps build students' confidence to participate actively in meaningful and enjoyable learning activities such as storytelling. Beyond just words, storytelling nurtures imagination, builds self-assurance, and shapes young minds into expressive communicators. Today, we have a total of 20 billion young participants, both boys and girls, who are ready to take the stage and showcase their incredible English storytelling talent. Before we begin, allow me to briefly highlight a few important rules and reminders for today's competition. Time duration. Each participant is given a minimum of 5 minutes and a maximum of 8 minutes. A bell will be rung once to signal the start of the storytelling, once at the 5th minute to signal that the minimum time has been reached, and twice at the 8th minute to indicate that the maximum time has ended. Please note that marks will be deducted if participants go below or exceed this time limit. Fair play. Participants are strictly reminded not to read from or refer to any written material, and no assistance or prompting from others is allowed to avoid disqualification. Judging criteria. Our judges will evaluate based on content, 25 marks, presentation, 30 marks, language, 25 marks, fluency, 15 marks, and time management and costume, 5 marks. Before we move on to our exciting competition, let us take a moment to introduce our esteemed panels of judges who will evaluate our storytellers today. Puan Sahriza Hazura binti Harun, who will evaluate the content. Puan Ilmia binti Muhammad Yusuf, who will evaluate language and fluency. And Puan Siti Rahayu binti Tumiran, who will evaluate presentation and performance, and who also serves as our chief judge. Thank you to our judges for your time, expertise, and dedication today. To ensure a smooth and orderly proceeding, we shall now invite our contestant to take the stage sequentially. Without further ado, let us commence the competition. To begin the first presentation of the day, we would like to invite our first participant, Muhammad Arif Rizki bin Muhammad Razak, to the stage. Please welcome him.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And peace be upon you and the mercy and blessings of Allah. Warm greetings to all and greetings of Malaysia Madani, to the esteemed panel of fair and vice judges, beloved teachers, and respected friends. Have we ever considered that a single story has the power to transform a person's life? A story is not merely a sequence of words, but a bridge that connects hearts, conveys lessons, and shapes character. Alhamdulillah, praise be to God on this meaningful day. I stand before you with gratitude and confidence to share a story with its noble values and lessons that can be served as a immediately someone sensei to the purpose. They predict a young they predict a boy would be born who would be king of Israel and got the fall of the kingdom of Babylon. Upon hearing the bad news, King Namrud ordered that all the Indians be killed. By the grace of Allah, the Prophet Ibrahim was protected during his infancy. His mother managed to hide in a cave until he was born into the world. Allah endowed him with great intellect, leading him to contemplate matters of divinity from an early age. He wondered why people worship the sun, given that it sets the night falls, and questioned how God is not vanishes after the day begins. How could he not guide him if he were to disappear? Upon receiving guidance from Allah, he immediately consulted his people, including his own father, and urged them to acknowledge the oneness of Allah. This clearly demonstrated that the open idol worship practiced by his people is an act of associating partners with Allah. Yet, his father and his people remain obstinate. They take no heed to his counsel. A series of the which took place between Prophet Abraham and King Namrud. It is said, "My Lord is the one who gives life and causes death." King Namrud, who claimed to be a god, asserted that he could grant life and cause death, meaning that if he used to deal with two individuals, he could kill one while sparing the other. However, this is far removed from the attributes of Allah, the supreme creator, who brings things into existence from nothingness. Then Prophet Abraham said, "Indeed, Allah brings the sun from the east, so bring it from the west." King Namrud was left speechless, relying on his inability to make the sun rise from the west. King Namrud's arrogance was starkly evident when he cast Prophet Ibrahim a.s. into the fire. The incident began when the Prophet a.s. did not join his people's festivities, having excused himself on the grounds of elders. Seizing the opportunity, he proceeded to destroy all the idols located in the villages of Jacob, save for the largest one among them. Upon returning from the celebration, the people were shocked to discover that all the idols had been destroyed. News of this reached King Namrud, who summoned Prophet Ibrahim a.s. to the palace. King Namrud asked if Prophet Ibrahim was the one who had destroyed the idols, but he replied, "It was the large idol that did it. Ask the idol itself." The king said, "Speak." The king answered that, of course, the statue could not answer as it was incapable of speech. King Namrud became angry after being humiliated by Prophet Ibrahim a.s. in front of his followers. Then he was punished for his courage in questioning their God. King Namrud's followers began to collect firewood by making a very large burning place. The fire began to burn and tower high. Before being thrown into the fire, Prophet Ibrahim a.s. prayed. A hadith narrated by Al-Bukhari from Abdullah bin Abbas explains that there is a supplication recited by Prophet Ibrahim before he was cast into the fire. This supplication is found in Surah Al-Imran verse 173. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. It means sufficient for us is Allah is our helper and Allah is the best protector. Prophet Ibrahim was cast into the raging fire. Everyone present witnessing the ordeal that he was consumed and ignited by the flames. King Namrud held the same belief, yet, to the grace of Allah, the fire did not harm him in the slightest, and he was spared from the torment. Upon witnessing this miracle, some came to believe in the message of Prophet Ibrahim by the name of Allah. According to stories, King Namrud refused to accept the message of Prophet Ibrahim. Namrud was ultimately destroyed by Allah in a manner that was both devastating and subtle. Allah sent one of the smallest armies, mosquitoes, to punish King Namrud for rebelling against the beloved of Allah, Prophet Ibrahim and his followers. The mosquito entered his nose and ears, eventually making its way to King Namrud's head. He struck his own head with an iron object in an attempt to dislodge the impact. Namun, endured an excruciating pain for a prolonged period. I can't state that even after around it, he tried his head to alleviate the agony. Ultimately, he died as a result of this torment. Such was the gruesome manner in which he numbered met his hand. From the story of Prophet Ibrahim, there are many lessons that can be applied in daily life. First, have a wholehearted faith in Allah. Prophet Ibrahim worshipped only Allah and rejected idol worship. We too must always safeguard our faith and rely firmly on Allah. Second, be courageous in upholding the truth. In preparation of position from his family, his people, and the authorized, Prophet Ibrahim steadfastly submit the two teachings. And thirdly, obedience to Allah's commands. Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Ismail demonstrated profound obedience by willing to carry out Allah's commands even though it was extremely difficult. Prophet Ibrahim teaches us to hold the oneness of Allah, be courageous in upholding the truth, following Allah's commands, remain patient when facing trials, place our trust in Allah and constantly pray, and set a good example for our families and society. These lessons serve as a valuable guide for daily life, helping us becoming individuals who possess faith, patience, and creativity towards Allah. That's all for today. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bismillah. Thank you. We shall now proceed with our second participant, Sumaika Safia binti Muhammad Rafi.
Assalamualaikum. Very good morning to the honorable judges, respected teachers, and my good friends.